Hello everyone, welcome to Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. This is the airport. I flew through South African Airways, and Mr. Kumolo was at the airport to receive me, and he took me to my hotel, which is a very comfortable room I had. And then the next day morning I reached the helipad to take me over Victoria Falls. So we first had to go through the preliminary, signing of an indemnity form. And then we were weighed, and then went through some safety precautions, and then soon we were led to the aircraft. And so that's the chopper. The pilot you can see, and you can see me entering into the chopper. The pilot became a good friend of mine. So this was actually the first flight of the day. So it was 8 a.m. on the 5th of September. A very nice guy, the pilot. So jumped into a comfy leather seat, and the other guy helped me buckle my seat belt around. And then I was offered headgear. And through this, we were all able to listen and speak to the rest of the other four in the chopper. And then the engine was switched already on, and the pilot got onto the job. I was really excited at this moment, and you can see what the pilot does. It's kind of a synchronized movement between both the hands and the left foot. So the hands are used to lift the aircraft, and the foot pedal is used to turn the chopper. So that was very interesting to see the whole thing from the pilot's seat. I was fortunate to be seated in the front seat, so I had a better view. And so soon we started lifting, as you can see, and then we turned right, and then slowly started moving ahead as we slowly climbed up and up and up and moving towards Victoria Falls. The whole thing was actually picturized from outside, which you'll be able to see in the next few seconds. The chopper turned right, moved ahead, and started climbing. So as we slowly started climbing to a cruising altitude of about 1,500 feet above the ground. So that's the smoke in the distance. That's the Victoria Falls, and some of the barren lands in Zimbabwe. So by now we reached the cruising altitude. So that's the smoke from the Victoria Falls from a distance. So I was in the pilot seat, so the sight was really phenomenal from the pilot's eye. So this is the Victoria Falls from a distance. It is interesting to know the actual entire Victoria Falls stretches for about 1.7 kilometers wide, which is actually 50% more than the Niagara Falls. And it's just you can now see the flow of the fall and the flow of water. It's just the force of the water causes that smoke, which is actually the water droplet. So you can see that smoke. You can see some water flowing. So this I tried to capture myself in the frame, in the background of the Victoria Falls. As we approach the gorge, you can see the gorge behind me. I switched the camera soon to capture the main falls. And you can see in a distance, that's the Victoria Bridge, which actually separates the two countries. So to the right is Zimbabwe, and to the left is Zambia, two countries. So we are now circling around the Victoria Falls. So this is the Zambezi River, which stretches about 2,700 kilometers, and before it falls into this gorge of Victoria Falls. So let's take a quick look at the Zambezi River, which I cruised the previous evening on a reasonably big ship. So I had a glimpse of some of the hippos bathing in the water, and I also saw a hippo opening its huge mouth.
Wow.
That was big.
Wow.
And I also saw some elephants playing with each other. That was fun. African elephants with huge big ears, big tusks. That was exciting. And then I just waited for the sun to set on my face. So that's the sunset at the Zambezi River. Back on the air again before it falls into this gorge of Victoria Falls. And actually the fall, the height of the fall is actually about 80 to 110 meters, which is twice the height of the Niagara Falls. That's why this is now claimed as one of the 7 wonders of the world. So I also tried to capture a monkey climbing a tree in the background of the falls. And this is again me trying to be in the frame with the background of the falls. And a friend of mine. So this is the Victoria Falls from the land. So you can see the force of the water. It was in September, not the best season, but still you had plenty of water, falling from the top to the 100 feet gorge below. And because it's about 1.5 kilometers wide, this is called as the biggest curtain of water falling in the whole world. And it's a phenomenal spectacle in the entirety of
Look at the smoke. That's the smoke. It's actually water droplets coming out. That's why it's called as the smoke that thunders. And this whole water, you see, it's quite ferocious. It's so fantastic. Really enjoying it.
So that's the smoke that thunders. So now this is the third circling around the Victoria Falls. So because we were the first for the day, usually they go around once or twice, the pilot offered us a third circle around the Victoria Falls, which was a real bonus to us. So 3 times we circle around the gorge and the Victoria Falls, and soon I will show you the entire 1.7 kilometer stretch of the waterfalls. So that's the Zambezi River again, and I'm almost trying to capture the entire 1700 meters of the Victoria Falls. There you go, we're nearly there. That's it. That's the entire stretch of the Victoria Falls from the air. So having enjoyed the Victoria Falls from the air, we started soon heading towards our base, and we started descending to 1,000 feet, 900, 800, 700, 600, 500. Very smooth descent, it was very smooth flight, and we were soon very close to our helipad at the base. And as you can see, there's nobody near the helipad, but the whole descent was actually captured and you should be able to see it in the next few seconds. So before I got down, I started speaking to the pilot, thanking him for the wonderful experience that I had. Cool guy, very nice guy. And then I had a surprise farewell at the airport by the tribals, by the local Zimbabwean tribals, who joined me. I joined them for a dance. So that was a very pleasant and nice, farewell at the airport, flying back to Johannesburg and the UK. So it was a wonderful experience for me. So bye bye, Victoria Falls. Thanks for watching.